something that we see from this text as we continue to seek to answer the question, who is Jesus in our series, we'll see today in our main idea that Jesus despises sin. Jesus despises sin. He hates it. Jesus just told his disciples to deny themselves, take up their cross, and follow him. Jesus has made it clear that he must suffer and die, and today he continues to teach us who he is, letting his disciples know of his hatred of the very thing that sent him to the cross, the very thing that Jesus died for. He hates it. Your sin, my sin, all of our sin, his disciples' sin. The reason I believe this message is so timely for us is because, listen, when we are put in isolation, when we are put in loneliness, and when we're removed from the church body, sin can fester. Sin can grow in our hearts. There's an old proverb that goes something like this: idle hands are the devil's handiwork. When we're put in isolation, when we're put in quarantine, sin is lurking at our door. It is, along with fear and doubt and unbelief and frustration and anger and a whole host of other things. Brothers and sisters, I don't want you to survive your quarantine. I want you to thrive in your quarantine. I get the impression that God may be stripping us of things, stripping me of things, of idols in our lives. I would not be surprised if over the past week and in the weeks to come, if there were things that bubble up to the surface. Whatever we normally struggle with, whatever sin struggles we may have, emotional struggles, fear, anxiety, loneliness, doubt, frustrations, they're probably going to be amplified. So hear God's word today. Hear what God has to say to us. Don't waste this time. Don't waste your quarantine. Use your quarantine to kill sin in your life, to purify your heart. Whenever this is all passed, whenever this is all said and done, I pray that we will be better and stronger and more like Jesus because of this. Brothers and sisters, God is up to something. Be attentive. Be attentive to what the Spirit is doing in your life. Be attentive to the Spirit's direction. Don't waste your quarantine. Whenever our lives experience challenge and difficulty, the directions we can take during these times, they can be much more extreme and much more polarized. We all understand this and we're aware of this. We all need to get this. We can either be sent into a downward spiral and spin out of control, or we can lean into what God has for us and we can grow and God can mature us during these times. Times like this, when we find out who's in and who's out. That's what happens. Persecution and difficulty throughout the history of the church, it crushes the lukewarm Christian and it strengthens the faithful. That's what it does. New City Church, I really believe God wants to use this time for our good. Let's not waste it.